Hey up folks, this is the stuntydm. This is another Foundry VTT module review. This time I am looking at Argon Combat HUD. So this is a module that adds a pop-up HUD designed for quick access in combat, allowing you to quickly access certain abilities and features and spells and so forth. I'll show you that in a second. So first of all, let me show you the settings options for it. So let's go to Argons. So you got themes. We can change different looks there. There are set themes already, so you can quickly see how these all look. Different options. So you can change that. You then have scale. So here you've got auto scale. It will try to figure out the right scale for your screen. I think I could probably increase mine a tiny bit more. Try it on 7. Your position tells you how far from the two sides of your screen it wants to be. Hides the macro bar and playlist, so this is your playlist and macro bar. It will automatically minimize those when the HUD appears, because it appears from the bottom. You can also include the player's name, class information, if you want to. You can have it automatically happen when the combat starts. Show prepare spells only or all spells. Show weapons in used item section, so you can choose to include extra weapons if you want to in there. You can automatically equip stuff. You got tooltips, a tooltip scale, special actions, abilities, skills, tools. You can show different tooltips, different ones, and fade in and out. So what you'll get is this little button on the side here. Allows you to toggle it on and off. So you can see here, toggle it on, and you get this. As you can see, it is quite large. You have this option here. You've got your main action, a bonus action, and reaction. It tells you how all those work. You have your tokens character, along with their name, class, and that sort of thing there. Hit points, AC, spell DC. These boxes here are in relation to abilities. So what I can do, or weapon doing. I drag his axe there, and then say I want to give him a light crossbow for his alternative. So the little tick in the middle, you can see, denotes which set you're currently using, and you'll notice already that applying a weapon there automatically applies the features onto the bar at the bottom here. So I can now just make an attack. So it's quite literally as simple as that. You just click the button and it will roll for you. Pretty good roll. So these denote ways of switching, so you can make separate sets of items. So the left hand one is your main action. If you put one in the second box, I'll show you there. What show me? Let me try that again. Let's put his light crossbow in the second box, and what you'll see now is it appears as a bonus action. So it denotes the bonus action for you. So you can see that it's gone a bit wide there. So this is useful for dual wielders. You put your main attack there, and your bonus action on there, so you know exactly what you've got and what you can use. And again, you can just switch sets. You just click on it, and that denotes that's the active set for you. These boxes here are for your movement. So every square you move, you'll see it ticks off a box, and then colours depending on the coloration, so that's your dash, and then that goes too far. So that's quite nice. This button here is for initiative. This is for your character sheet, so you can quickly pop open your character sheet if it wasn't already popped open. I'll close that. Show you. See, character sheet pops open. So on the bar at the bottom here, we have disengage, dodge, spell, feature, ready, hide, shove, dash, and use item. These are useful. I do like this feature because it reminds people there is more than just attack, because I think that's especially like melee classes, it is sometimes easy to forget you have other options like disengaging or dodging, or even hide. Ready is your held action, so you can do that, and they all post into chat for you. And obviously, if you hover over them, you'll get a little tooltip telling you what they are. Other thing over on this side, you can see it's got save skills and tools. You click on this bar here, and it pops out these. And again, if you hover over it, it will give you a tooltip explaining what each skill is. I have noticed if it is quite a long description, you can just scroll whilst hovering over that item, and the text in the window and the tooltip scrolls as well. And what would normally happen is it would show at the bottom any tools you have. So I believe Adlif is. So you can see here, Adlif is skilled with a pan flute, so she has a tool show up. So there's that. So yeah, clicking all these, there's post things into chat, and you can see that if you have a corresponding condition, so I have combat utility belt set up, then if you have them bound to it, then they will apply the feature. See here, 𝐿𝐻𝐻 is now counted as being dodging. You got your hide action, applies that feature as well. You can dash and shove, and it is quite nice that you can get close enough, and if you click shove, it'll explain the information for you there. So cast a spell, you can see pop open and it gives you all these options. So the ticks at the bottom are your spell slots. As you can see here, 𝐿𝐻𝐻's use 2 spell slots out of 4. These are shown only for paired spells. Obviously cantrips automatically show, but these are only spells he's got prepared. So if we go to Adlif and go to spells, she has a ranger, she has a few more options. Also reflects your innate spellcasting as well. So if you do have the innate spellcasting features, you have access to those, and it will show up on these, which is quite nice. It kind of picks up on those. And again, if you hover over a spell, it will show you the tooltip for it, and again you just scroll, so there's more text to see. Your features, anything tagged as an action will appear in here. So if we go start might, Paladin, he's got a few more action ones. So he's got all these tagged. So, and it also shows you in the top corner how many usages of it you have left over, which is nice at a quick glance to see. Oh, I've got 3 left. Bonus action again, you click on spell, it will show you what bonus action spells you have available and what bonus action features you have available, and then your reaction shows you any reactions you have. Again, it is quite useful that you could just check this up on here. So start mites, someone's going to attack an ally, start mites like, oh, we've got to find protection, do that and pop it up. Yeah, no, I like it. It's functionality, I think it's quite nice. It's going to be good for new players, especially getting used to the system, having access to all these in front. And I think it's also useful for people who've been playing for a while, who might not remember that they have access to all these features like dodge or shove. I think a lot of people forget that they can exchange an attack for a shove or push. Attempt to knock someone prone is really good, and it's nice to have that kind of clear in front of you, like these are your options. So I think everyone's had it either in person or online, where it comes to that person's turn and like, okay, right, I've got a bonus, like I've done my action, I've got a bonus action, what are my bonus actions? And obviously you can filter them by bonus action depending on the character sheet you use. So I use tidy sheets. This one does show you like to filter that easily, but still it's kind of cuts down because you literally go, oh, what bonus actions do I have? Click, okay, I've got those, brilliant, I can use those. Yeah, I do like that bit, and it also works for monsters as well. Click on there, you can see they've got the exact same thing as well. Shows you the hit points, spell DC, AC, all the stuff you're going to need for them. You can minimize it by doing that. You can see at the bottom it still has this here, So this little bar remains, so I can just click on it and it will bring it all back up for me. Again, if I want to switch to my short sword, I can do. I can switch it that way. Or if I need to roll a skill from here, let's roll. There we go, brilliant. He's rolled a 12. So those are things I really like about it. I think it's nice. Do I use it? I don't. I found, I did attempt it with some of my players, well, some with my group, but we found that it can be, as you may notice, it can take a lot of space up. So I increased it to 7, which isn't particularly wide. But as you can see here, like ad lift stuff's taken over already. The spells, they go 3 wide, and as they go up, you can see here, even with the text shrunk, it kind of goes off page. And I have noticed that I've had to reduce the tooltip quite a bit, and it is legible, but I think it's quite small, hard to read in some cases. I can imagine this being more difficult on small screens. On a big screen, we got a lot of real estate for your screen. I think this would be a really good tool. I think it'd be really nice to have it all pop open. I wish the UI was a little bit easier to use, because I have noticed here, for example, the tooltip goes over the mouse key or over the pointer, which obviously in this case is just pushed off screen, and I can't see it at all. So if I had more than, say what, another 3 level 1 spells, and there's one here, I wouldn't see that tooltip at all. And if I shrink the tooltip down, then I can't see anything. You can right click it. Looks like you can just, not sure if right clicking works. Obviously if you left click it, just casts it automatically, so it's not really a kind of option to see anything there. It would be nice if there was more option, if you didn't want the tooltip showing, to have the tooltips to be able to pop open, or have access to be able to show the tooltips as you need to. That would be a nice feature, but I do find in this instance it does seem to take a bit too much real estate, and unfortunately if you kind of click off your character, this all stays, and if you minimize and you've left these open, then obviously they stay there and you can't get rid of them. You do have to make sure you click the relevant main option to reduce them and shrink them away. It also notices it only picks up things that are tagged as like actions and stuff. So Adlif, for example, she has a number of features that are tagged as like special or none. It doesn't pick those up, so you do have to make sure if you're going to use this, all your features are tagged as relevant, or you put it as an action, just so it's picked up by the system. Otherwise it won't get picked up when you're actually using it. Other than that, I do think it's quite nice. It has a kind of a nice look to it. Some people may find it a bit video gaming with the little HUD at the bottom. Some people may not. Unfortunately, I just think for me it takes up too much space. As a DM, I do use a lot of space. You may notice from videos I have things like at the bottom scattered all over, just so I can use them. This unfortunately would mean that I would have to move things further around, and to me it competes with the other HUD one, whose name I can't remember. But on here, I can hover. It doesn't tell me anything, but I can right click to open them if I need to view them quickly. But otherwise you just kind of, you have access to them here, and the moment you go off it, it goes away. I mean, yeah, similar to they're very similar. I think it's kind of comes down to a choice really. Do you use this HUD or the other HUD? And it's completely down to player preference, and it can be turned off player to player. So if a couple of you do like using it, you can have it turned on. Not everyone needs to. So for example, if I turn it off now, you see it's not there, but it doesn't turn it off for everyone. This is all local, so you can turn it off per person. which I think is a nice option. So just kind of, especially for players who might be playing on like old laptops who have small screens, this is a really nice feature to kind of just say it's too much for me, turn it off. So I think this kind of is a discussion to be had between groups. Who wants to use it, who doesn't? Some people might love it, some people might hate it. Personally, I think it's nice. It's quite a cool feature. It's just not really suitable for the way I play my games with my group and the way I like to have my system laid out. So for me, I won't be using it, but it is definitely worth checking out if you are interested in having an alternative HUD option available. Playing around my screen there, but yeah, it's definitely something worth looking at as an option. It gives you that kind of accessibility to certain features. I'd rate it, and like I said, in bigger screens I think it would definitely be something worth checking out and using. Right, so that's my thoughts on this module. I hope you like it. It's quite a short one. It has some good features. I would recommend it, but just be wary and make sure it's suitable for your screen. Right, well with that, I will bid you all good day and see you all in the next video. Thanks all for watching.